Vidyapit Vishwavidyalaya, Indore. He has been engaged in teaching, research, training and consultancy for the last 22 years. He obtained PhD in Faculty of Computer Engineering in the field of software engineering and MA in Computer Engineering with specialization in software engineering from Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya, Indore. Sir is also working as a visiting faculty in St. Cloud State University, Minnesota, USA. Besides undertaking consultancy assignments, he has co-authored more than 110 publications. He has been on the panel reviewers of number of national and international journals of repute. He has supervised 28 ME MTech dissertation and attended more than 102 certification course, training and workshop and faculty development programs conducted by leading multinational and national IT companies. Dr. Rajawat was awarded with Excellence in Academic Award in 2021 and Dronacharya Award by IBM in 2008 and 9 for development and deployment of best research projects. He has been associated with various professional bodies like Computer Society of India, Indian Society of Internet, ACM and IEEE. He has been the chairman and board of studies of Computer Science and Engineering Information Technology and Computer Application of Sri Vaishnava Vidyapit Vishwavidyalaya. He had been the member of governing body of Sri Vaishnava Institute of Technology and Science, Indore. He has been the member of Board of Management, Academic Council, Faculty of Studies at Sri Vaishnava Vidyapit. He has been coordinating many projects related to IT infrastructure, networking, software licensing and deployment of ERP system for different institutes of Sri Vaishnava Group, Indore. Sir is also providing consultancy services to many IT companies and educational institutes, including Galaxy Weblinks Private Limited, Indore, Mathematics Private Limited, Devas, HSO Oftech Private Limited, Indore, ITI Mandsaur, Manpur, Indore Women's for Skill Development of ITI faculty, staff and students for providing consultancy for the setup of computer labs, networking and other IT infrastructures and developments. He was invited by the St. Cloud State University, Minnesota as a resource person for 3 weeks to deliver sessions on latest trends of information technology in 2019. We welcome you, sir. Now I invite sir for your deliberation. Sir, please.
Thank you, ma'am, for the introduction. I'm sharing my screen.
Yes.
Is my slide visible to all?
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Okay. So very good afternoon to all. Today we will discuss the role of technology for teaching and assessment of I generation. The topic covered during the session includes introduction, need of the technology, impact of technology, ICT in education, impact of ICT, national mission in education through ICT, technology initiatives of Ministry of Education, platforms of online classes, and summary. So if you see, the era of 21st century is often regarded as the era of technology. Today, technology plays an important role in our life. It is possible only through technology that distance are no more barrier and education can be brought to the student doorstep. The impact of technology can be felt in every possible field, and one such field is education. So today we will discuss the role of technology in education as well as the impact, positive impact and negative impact of technology on education side. The role of technology in education is immense. The learning process for the students become easier as the technology progresses. Technologies that are used in school and colleges, such as having computer labs, using of high-end devices and instruments, make it easy for a student to understand the concepts. The practical knowledge of the student improve when they see things happen. It becomes easy for them to relate the theory with practicals. So with the help of various simulation, animation tools and softwares, a student can better understand the concept of science, mathematics and other engineering and other professional courses concepts easily with the help of technologies. Today, more than ever, the role of educational technology in teaching is of great importance because of the use of information and communication technology, that is ICT. Educational technology is an organized process of applying modern technology to improve the quality of education. So the basic objective is to improve the quality of education, the overall quality of education. It is a systematic way of conceptualizing the execution and evolution of the educational process, that is learning and teaching, and help with the application of modern educational teaching techniques. So we will explore different educational teaching techniques with the help of technologies. In the world that we are currently live in, technology is a vital factor. With each passing day, a new software or gadget is being brought into the market that serves to improve our life in one way or another. With the advancement in technology, education among the people has begun to increase, and there is continuous research and development going on in introducing advanced technology to make education easier, joyful, and accessible to all from anywhere, anytime, free of cost. In this pandemic era of COVID-19, it would have never been possible for teachers to make students efficient learner at home if technology was not introduced. Technology allows students to learn more effectively via online educational tools. In last 2 years during the pandemic era of COVID-19, we experienced the technology advancement and advantages of technology for the education purpose, to deliver the lecture, for the assessment and analysis of student performance. So the big question, why there is a need of technology in the classroom? If we see the integration of technology into the classroom is a great way to reach the diversity in learning styles. In addition to that, it gives a student the chance to interact with their classmates more by encouraging collaboration. The collaboration and interaction with the student outside the class, outside the country, and many more. Technology helps the teacher to prepare students for the real world environment. Real-time advancement, real-time data is available on a fingertip with the help of technology. Integrating technology in education helps students to take interested in learning, as they are excited about being able to use the technology and therefore are more suitable to learn. Mobile technology is available in the classroom. Students are able to access the most up-to-date information quicker and easier than ever before. If we compare with the traditional approach, the traditional passive learning mode is broken with technology in the classroom. The teacher becomes the encourager, advisor, and the coach. So the new role of teacher is emerged. Now the teacher becomes the encourager, advisor, and coach for the students. A student can have access to digital textbooks that are constantly updated and often more intense, helpful, creative, and a lot cheaper than those old heavy books. A big advantage of technology, digital textbooks. Now we will discuss impact of technology in education, the various advantages of technology in education, which includes easily access to learning material, e-books, revision guides, and past examination papers that are available on World Wide Web, and student can take advantages of this to improve the knowledge base. Second advantage, continuous learning. With the help of information technology in education, it is possible for students to keep on learning, irrespective of where they are, even at home or anywhere. Sharing of knowledge. Students from all over the world can come together and can share the experiences. The geographical distance are no more barriers. Another advantage is learning aids. By using audio and visual materials, we can put some practical aspect to the theory taught in class. Student can develop a better understanding of topic being taught with the help of simulation and animation tools and softwares. Distance learning. Now it's possible to attend a college overseas without even getting out of your home. country and at your own convenience. With the help of online courses, anyone can get second degree or additional certification. Proper record keeping. A major advantages of technology is proper record keeping. Unlike in the past, when records used to be kept manually and there were many cases of lost files, the use of information technology in education has made it possible for safe and proper record keeping in the form of digital information. It also helps students with busy schedule freedom to work at home on their own time. In addition to that, decreased paper and photocopying cost, that means promoting concept of green revolution towards the sustainability. On the other side, if we see the negative impact of technology in the education, these are the major disadvantages of technology in education. Access to inappropriate content. The biggest concern to use of technology is that how easy pornographic, violent, and other inappropriate materials can be easily accessed and viewed by the students. A disconnected youth is another drawback of the technology in education. The harmful effect of technology is that when people are attached to their screen almost 24/7, which is causing an entirely new set of social issues to pop up. Cyberbullying trap is another disadvantage of technology. Giving a student access to anonymous accounts and endless contact avenues can only lead to trouble. Cyberbullying has become a problem among young people today. Inevitable cheating, easy access to information may seem like a great thing. It can become a real problem in a test-taking environment. Cell phones have made cheating easier than ever. So these are the some disadvantages, or we can say that negative impact of technology in education. A major distraction is another disadvantage. Attentiveness drops drastically in the classroom when students have their cell phone or other technologies out. The focus shift from their teachers and education to whatever they are looking at, playing, or doing on their phones. We all experience this such type of drawback or disadvantage during the online classes we conducted in last 2 years. Now we will discuss ICT. What exactly the ICT is? ICT is an umbrella term that include all technologies for the communication of information. Definitely, we are discussing about the digital information. ICT can be defined as the use of hardware and software for efficient and effective management of information. Here we highlighted our focus about the efficient and effective management of digital information. ICT refers to a form of technology that are used to transmit, store, create, share, or exchange a particular task. So it involves all the processes related to the transmission of the information, storing of the information, creation of the information, as well as sharing or exchange of particular task. So information and communication technology, we call it ICT, has become an integral part of the education system around the globe. E-assessment and evolution have gained the status of the most reliable emerging trends in information and communication technology to get a brief assessment of complex competencies. The list of ICT component is exhaustive and it continues to grow. Some components such as computers and telephones have existed for decades. Others such as smartphone, projectors, digital TVs, robots, digital cameras, mind training softwares, 3D visualization tools are some more recent entries. So basically, when we talk about the ICT in education simply means teaching and learning with the help of information and communication technologies. Information and communication technology in education is the mode of education that use information and communication technologies to support, enhance, and optimize the delivery of information. So it involves all three aspects of the information delivery. It support, enhance, and optimize the delivery of digital information. According to UNESCO, measuring ICT in education is important to inform policymakers in setting national priorities and developing ICT in education policy. Worldwide research has shown that ICT can lead to an improved student learning and better teaching methods. So research shows that with the help of ICT, we can improve our quality of education, improve teaching learning methods. Enabling ICT in institutes will also be helpful for NEC, NBA, and ABET accreditations. So finally, ICT can contribute to universal access to education, equity in education, the delivery of quality learning and teaching, teachers' professional development, more efficient and effective education management, governance, and administration. So the focus is on efficient and effective education management, governance, as well as administrations. So all the activities and processes related to the education management, governance, and administration of a particular organization can be improved. The quality of this particular task can be improved with the help of ICT. So the role of ICT, the diagram shows a brief about the role of ICT. It includes access, efficiency, learning, teaching, skill formation, lifelong learning, planning and management of various tasks, community linkage, and many more. So if we discuss about the impact of ICT on education, ICT has a tremendous impact on education in terms of attainment and engagement of knowledge to both teachers and students through the promotion of active learning, collaborative and cooperative learning, creative learning, integrative learning, and evaluative learning. We will discuss one by one all type of learning. The active learning, so the ICT tools help for the calculation and analysis of information obtained for examination, and also students' performance report are all being computerized and made easily available for inquiry. In contrast to memorization based or rote learning, ICT promote learner engagement as learner choose what to learn at their own pace and work on real life situations problem. So it will improve the active learning of our teachers as well as the students. Collaborative and cooperative learning, ICT encourages interaction and cooperation among students, teachers, regardless of the distance which is between them. So it improves collaboration and cooperative learning from breaking the barriers of the situation and area. Creative learning. ICT promotes the manipulation of the existing information and to create one's own knowledge to produce a tangible product or a given instrumental purpose. So it increases creativity among the student and teachers. Integrative learning. ICT promotes an integrative approach to teaching and learning by eliminating the synthetic separation between theory and practical, unlike in the traditional classroom where emphasis includes just a particular aspect. So it involves practical as well as theory aspect in terms of hands-on workshop, online hands-on workshop, so student can get more exposure to the practical part. Evaluative learning, use of ICT for learning is student-centered and provide useful feedback through various interactive features. ICT allows students to discover and learn through new ways of teaching and learning, which are sustained by the constructivist theories of learning. Now, some of the positive impact of ICT in education, which include enhanced teaching and learning, globalization, and no geographical limitations. So, in enhanced teaching and learning, technological development like digital cameras, projectors, mind training softwares, computers, 3D visualization tools, all these have become great source for teachers to help students grasp a concept easily. So, it will enhance teaching and learning capabilities of a teacher as well as the student. The globalization, a major positive impact or advantage of ICT. When institute in different parts of the state, a student can meet their counterparts through video conferencing without leaving the classroom. Some sites such as learnlanguage.com are used to help students learn a foreign language online by pairing a group of students with a teacher from another country. No geographical limitations. With the introduction of online degree programs, there is hardly any need of being present physically in the classroom. Even several foreign universities have started online degree courses that students can join. Distance learning and online education have become very important part of the educational system nowadays. So these are the positive impact, or we can say that the advantages of information and communication technologies. Some on the other side of the coin, some negative impact of ICT on education, which include declining writing skills, increasing incidents of cheating, and lack of focus. Declining writing skills due to the excessive uses of online chatting and shortcuts. The writing skills of today's young generation have declined quite tremendously. These days, children are relying more and more on digital communication that they have totally forgot about improving their writing skills. They don't know the spellings of different words, how to use grammar properly, or how to do the cursive writing. So this is the major drawback of information and communication technology education side. Increasing incidents of cheating, we already discussed. It will increase the cheating cases. With the help of IT tools and technology, student can cheat in their examinations. Lack of focus. SMS or text messages has become a favorite pastime of many students. Students are seen playing with their cell phone, iPhone day and night or driving, and very often even between lectures. We already experienced this situation during our online classes. Now, we will discuss the national mission in education through ICT. What is the national mission of information and communication technology? The national mission on education through information and communication technology, we call it NEP ICT, has been predicted as a centrally sponsored scheme to leverage the potential of ICT in teaching and learning process for the benefit of all learners in higher education institution in any time and anywhere mode. So basically, NEP ICT use three fundamental principles of education, that is access, equity, and quality. It could be served well by providing connectivity to all the colleges and universities, providing low cost and affordable access to computing devices to students and teachers, and providing high quality e-content free of cost to all the learners in the country. So basic fundamental principles of NEP ICT mission is to access, equity, and quality, as well as to providing high quality e-content free of cost to all the learners in the country. NEP ICT encompasses all these three elements. The mission has two major components, providing connectivity and content generation. So basically, it includes providing connectivity to access all the e-content available. In addition to that, it also supports generation of new content for the learners of the country. Now, what are the different initiatives, technology initiatives of Ministry of Education? We will discuss one by one various technology initiatives by Ministry of Education, which includes, there are total 31 technology initiatives of Ministry of Education, which include Swayam Prabha, National Digital Library of India, eShodh Sindhu, National Academic Depository, Virtual Labs, eYantra project, Talk to a Teacher program, eAcharya project, eKalpa portal, FOSSE, that is free and open source software in education portal, Vidwan portal, spoken tutorial, Badal, global initiative of academic network, that is Gyan portal, NIRF, National Institutional Ranking Framework, Imprint, impacting research, innovation, and technology, Shashakt, a one-stop education portal, Arya, Atal ranking of institution on innovation achievements, Know Your College portal, DigiLocker, NPTEL, the National Program on Technology Enhancement Learning, OSAR, Open Source Courseware Animation Repository, Shodh Gangotri, Virtual Learning Environment, Text transcription of video content, SOS tools, EPG Pathshala, Shodh Ganga, University Enterprise Resources, and IRINS. So these are the total 31 technology initiatives by Ministry of Education. We will discuss all one by one briefly. Due to the time constraint, we will discuss some initiative in detail and some in brief. So the SWAYAM, the very first initiative is SWAYAM. SWAYAM, steady waves of active learning for young aspiring minds. Under the Digital India initiative of Government of India, one of the most trust area is massive online open courses MOOCs. MHRD Government of India has embarked on a major initiatives called Steady Web of Active Learning for Young Aspiring Minds. We call this SWAYAM, to provide an integrated platform and portal for online. SWAYAM is a program initiated by Government of India and designed to achieve the three basic principles of education policy we already discussed, that is access, equity, and quality. The objective of this effort is to take the best teaching learning resources to all. SWAYAM seeks to bridge the digital divide for students who have yet remained untouched by the digital revolution and have not been able to join the mainstream of the knowledge economy. SWAYAM facilitates hosting of all the courses taught in classroom from class 9 till post-graduation to be accessed by anyone, anywhere, at any time. So it comprises of courses starting from class 9 to the post-graduation courses. All the courses are interactive, prepared by the best teachers in the country, and are available free of cost to any learner. More than 1,000 specially chosen faculty and teachers from across the country have participated in preparing these courses. Basically, SWAYAM operate on 4-quadrant approach. 4-quadrant approach means e-learning system that has the 4 major components. And components are quadrant 1 or component 1 is e-tutorial, which shall contain video, audio content in an organized form, animation, simulation, video demonstration, virtual labs, etc. Quadrant 2 is e-content, which shall contain PDF, text, ebooks, document, and interactive simulation whenever required. Component 3 or quadrant 3 is web resources, which shall contain related link, Wikipedia, development of course, open source content on internet, case studies, research papers, journals, subjective information, historical development of the subject articles, etc. Component 4 or quadrant 4 is self-assessment, which shall contain problem and solutions, which could be in the form of multiple choice question, filling the blanks, matching question, short answer question, long answer question, quizzes, assignment and solution, discussion forum topics, and setting up the FAQs, clarification on general misconceptions. So these are the 4 components of SWAYAM. First component contain audio, video, lectures. Component 2 contain ebooks, text material, PDFs. Component 3 contain all the web related resources, papers, research papers and journal. And component 4 contain assessment part, that is the multiple choice question, short answer, long answer, filling the blanks, matching, all the content related to the self-assessment for a particular course. Some of the important definitions related to SWAYAM, we will quickly explore it. Courses. Courses shall mean a paper which is taught for at least 1 semester as a part of a subject or a program. MOOCs. Massive open online courses are such online courses which are developed as part of the 4-quadrant approach. National coordinators. National coordinators are the institutions that have been selected by the ministry and assigned with a specific sector to cater the MOOCs. Principal investigators, PI. The PI shall be a subject matter expert belonging to a reputed educational institute, identified and trusted with the task of developing MOOCs in a given area by the national coordinator. Sector mean a particular level of learning such as high school, engineering, non-engineering, diploma, degree or post-graduation. Subject shall mean a discipline, example, physics. So these are the 9 national coordinator which will help or which help us for the preparing of SWAYAM MOOC courses, which includes AICT, NPTEL, UGC, CEC, that is Consortium for Educational Communication, NCERT, National Council of Educational Research and Training, NIOS, National Institute of Open Schooling for School Education, IGNO, Indira Gandhi National Open University, IIM Bangalore, Indian Institute of Management Bangalore, and NITTR. So these are the 9 national coordinators which will support for the development of all the courses on SWAYAM portal. Courses delivered through SWAYAM are available free of cost to the learners. However, learner require a SWAYAM certificate should register for the final proctor exam that come at a fee of 1000 rupees and attend in person at nominated center on a specific date. Eligibility for the certificate will be announced on the course page and learner will get certificate only if this criteria is matched. So these are the 9 different coordinators and their sector. Like for school education, 2 national coordinators are there, that is NIOS and NCERT. For out of school education, 2 national coordinator, IGNO and NITTR. For undergraduate education courses, NPTEL, AICTE and CEC supported. For postgraduate education, NPTEL, AICTE and IIM Bangalore is the national coordinator to develop the courses related to the post-graduation education. UGC has already issued the UGC Regulation 2016 advising the universities to identify courses where credits can be transferred onto the academic record of the student for course done on SWAYAM portal. In addition to the UGC, AICTE has also put our gazette notification in 2016 for adoption of these courses for credit transfer. The current SWAYAM portal platform is developed by Ministry of Human Resource Development and NPTEL, IIT Madras with the help of Google and Persistent Systems. So the National Program on Technology Enhancement Learning, that is NPTEL, is a project of MHRD initiated by 7 Indian Institute of Technologies, 7 IITs, which includes Bombay, Delhi, Kanpur, Kharagpur, Madras, Guwahati and Roorkee, along with the Indian Institute of Science Bangalore in 2003 to provide quality education to anyone interested in learning from the IITs. If you see the statistics, NPTEL is the largest online repository in the world of courses in engineering, basic sciences and selected humanities and social sciences subject. Online web portal with more than 800 million plus views. YouTube channel for NPTEL, most subscribed educational channel, 3.5 million plus channel subscribers and 6.04 million plus views. More than 56,000 hours of video content transcribed with the subtitles are available. Since 2013, through an online portal, 4-week, 8-week or 12-week online courses, typically on the topic relevant to the student in all year of higher education, along with the basic courses in science and humanities, with exposure to relevant tools and technologies are being offered by the NPTEL. We already discussed, if a particular person wants to certify a particular course, he or she will require the registration with the nominal fees of 1000 rupees and for the examination. This is the official website of SWAYAM portal and link for the mobile application. Just we will export. Just see the statistics of SWAYAM portal. 26 partnering institutes. 1,88,13,698 student enrollment, successful certification 1,94,577. With the help of this course catalog, we can explore any area. Suppose we take engineering and technology and computer science and engineering. Here we will get all the courses related to the computer science and engineering. Suppose we select advanced distributed system. So this is the summary of this particular course. Course status is upcoming. Course type is elective. Duration of this particular course is 12 weeks. Start date is 25th July. End date is 14th October. Exam date is 29th October. Registration of this particular course is end on 1st of August. Category is computer science engineering. The credit point of this particular course is 3 and level is undergraduation and post-graduation. These are the brief summary about the course. Prerequisite of this particular course, who will be the intended audience, industry support for this particular course, week-wise course layout, what will be covered in week 1 and what will be covered in week 11, book and references, a brief introduction of the instructor of this particular course certificate, criteria for getting a certificate, like you will be eligible for a certificate only if average assignment score is greater than or equal to 10 out of 25 and exam score is greater than or equal to 30 out of 75. If one of two criteria is not met, you will not get the certificate even if the final score is greater than or equal to 40 out of 100. So how you will get the certificate criteria is given here. So you can explore many courses of many disciplines with the help of this SWAYAM portal. Now move towards the. So these are the some direct links where you can get the courses, different courses. Like with the help of this particular link, you will get 26 engineering discipline and web related courses. With the help of this particular link, you will get aerospace engineering 37 different courses. So these are the some direct link for different courses of different disciplines. Now move towards SWAYAM Prabha. The SWAYAM Prabha is a group of 32 DTS channels devoted to telecasting of high quality educational programs on 24/7 basis using the GSAT 15 satellite. The most important thing is here there. Every day there will be a new content for at least 4 hours, which would be repeated 5 more times in a day, allowing the student to choose the time of their convenience. The 32 channels shall be covering following: higher education, curriculum-based courses content at postgraduate and undergraduate level, covering diverse disciplines such as art, science, commerce, performing arts, social sciences and humanities, engineering, technology, law, medicine, agriculture, etc. All courses would be certification ready in their detailed offering through SWAYAM, the platform for offering MOOCs courses. SWAYAM Prabha also contained school education 9 to 12 levels, module for teachers training as well as teaching and learning aids for children of India to help them understand the subject better and also help them in preparing for competitive examination for admissions to professional degree programs. So these are the different channels, 32 channels available on SWAYAM Prabha. Each channel contain a specific discipline, like channel 1 operated by CEC and UGC contain all the courses related to the humanities, language and literature. If we see the channel 4 operated by the CEC and UGC contain courses related to the social science, education, psychology, home science and related subject. Similarly, channel 11 operated by NPTEL contain courses related to the chemical engineering, chemistry and related subject. So these are the different 32 channels. Channel 19 operated by IIT PAL, all the courses related to the biology is available. Channel 24 operated by IGNO, courses related to the agriculture, vocational and allied sciences are available here. So these are the complete 32 channels of various discipline courses. This is the official website of SWAYAM Prabha and mobile link for SWAYAM Prabha. The next initiative of Ministry of Education is National Digital Library of India, that is NDL. National Digital Library of India, NDL, is an all digital library that store information metadata about different types of digital content, including books, article, video, audio, thesis and other educational material relevant for users from varying educational levels and capabilities. This is the official website of NDA and mobile link. If you go to the NDA, this is the official web portal of National Digital Library, where you will get different question papers for the test paper preparation, CBSE examination preparation questions, IIT and NET examination question papers, UGC NET examination question papers. Similarly, different types of courses and research papers available here in research repository, and different audio and video content of different discipline. Like you see the engineering part, there are lot of content available for different streams. Suppose we see the civil engineering courses. This is the civil engineering question papers. So these are the different papers, question paper for UPSC civil service examination are available here. So lot of material related to the question bank, research papers, journal and books available on NDL repository. Okay. Now move towards the next. It's National Academic Depository, that is NAD. National Academic Depository NAD is a 24/7 online storehouse of all the academic awards, that is certificate, diploma, degree, mark sheet, etc., duly digitized and logged by the academic institution board eligibility assessment bodies. NAD not only ensure easy access to and retrieval of an academic award, but also validate and guarantees its authentication and safe storage. So this is the official website of NAD. National Academic Depository. With the help of this logging, we can log in. Suppose we select a particular, if you want to open university account, 89736246445, and the so it required one time OTP also. I need to. Eight 21995. So this is the dashboard of Sri Vaishnav Vidyapit Vishwavidyalaya NAD account. With this particular board, we can upload all the record of the student, mark sheet and their certification. We can upload photos of a student, and a particular agency can verify all the documents and all the mark sheet and degree available on NAD portal for Sri Vaishnav Vidyapit Vishwavidyalaya students. Okay. Now move towards the next initiative, eShodh Sindhu. The MHRD has formed eShodh Sindhu, merging three consortium initiatives, namely UGC Infonet Digital Library Consortium, NList and Indest AICT Consortium, to provide access to peer-reviewed journals and a number of bibliographic, citation and factual databases in different disciplines to the research and academic community in the country. So basically, eShodh Sindhu is a collection of three different consortia which contain lot of research papers, peer-reviewed journals papers, bibliographic, citations related material. So this is the basic portal of eShodh Sindhu. If we see the statistics, 98 centrally funded technical institutions are the member, 217 universities are the members, 75 technical institutions and 3,400 colleges are the member of eShodh Sindhu. 10,000 plus e-journals are available, 91,99,500 e-books are available, and more than 6 lakh e-books through NDL are also available. These are the various members of the eShodh Sindhu. E-resources are available subject wise and discipline wise. If you see the subject wise, these are the subject wise. Suppose we select account and finance. So in the category of account and finance, Taylor and Francis and Springer links journals are available here. So these are the different category of journals of Taylor and Francis. Accounting education. We select accounting education. So all the volumes of this particular journals are available here, so you can explore. eSession2 is very important portal for the researchers who are doing their PhD or completed their PhD. Also utilize this portal. Now move towards the next initiative, Virtual Lab. So Virtual Lab project is an initiative of Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India, under the aegis of National Mission on Education through Information and Communication Technology, that is NEP ICT. This project is a consortia activity of 12 participant institutes, and IIT Delhi is the coordinating institutes. Under Virtual Labs project, over 100 virtual labs consisting of approximately 700 web-enabled experiments were designed for remote operating and viewing. This is the official website of Virtual Lab. We can explore Virtual Lab. These are the various areas where we can utilize virtual laboratory facility. Suppose we select civil engineering, and the topic is waves and vibration transmission in periodic structure lab operated by IIT Delhi. So for this particular lab, what is the objective of this particular lab? What are the various list of experiment of this particular lab? Target audience, course alignment, and feedback. If we see the list of experiment, these are the various lists of experiment for this particular lab. If you select a particular experiment, what is the theory of this particular experiment? What is the pre-test condition? What is the procedure of this particular experiment? And the simulation setup. This is the simulation setup. Suppose we can take a particular simulation. We need to enter some parameter to conduct this experiment. And we will get the graph and the exact value of this particular experiment. So with the help of this virtual lab portal, you can explore various laboratory assignment in the form of simulation tool. The next initiative is eYantra. Basically, Project eYantra is an initiative to spread education in embedded system and robotics by IIT Mumbai, sponsored by Ministry of Human Resource Development and NEP ICT. So this is the official web portal. Basically, this project majorly focused on the embedded system and robotics related concepts. Talk to a Teacher program. Basically, Talk to a Teacher program is a video conferencing tool operated by government. We called it AView tool. AView is a part of Talk to a Teacher program coordinated by IIT Bombay and are funded by Ministry of Human Resource Development. AView is a multimodal, multi-platform collaborative e-learning solution which allows an instructor to teach or interact with a large number of learners transcending geographic or real-time basis through live audio video streaming. Basically, AView is a video conferencing tool, and features of AView video conferencing tool are inviting subject experts from anywhere in the world, system used in most of the top universities and prime educational institute worldwide. Most of the IITs and NITs are using this AView tool. Classroom to classroom teaching remotely or locally. Remotely focus on any student. Camera control can be focus a particular student during the class. Mute and unmute remote participant. Video can be scaled to largest possible screen display without getting distorted. Regardless of lecture can be stored and replayed again one hardware box, plug and play, easy access for all. These are the some fundamental features of AView video conferencing tool. These are the glimpses of classroom teaching with remote location. Integration with the writing board for explaining steps, equation and process with the video conferencing tool. A student can join from home and ask a question with raise a hand. Now the next initiative is eAcharya. eAcharya is a portal to host all e-content project developed funded under the National Mission of Education through ICT. There are more than 70 projects on e-content under NEP ICT which are being developed in various subject disciplines, science, arts, engineering, social sciences, etc. through various Indian institutes, universities and colleges. Basically, eAcharya is a portal which contains details of 70 different projects of different discipline, funded project or developed or being developed. So in this portal, you will get all the information related to the 70 different projects of different discipline which are funded by the various agencies. E-Acharya. This is the official website of E-Acharya. Due to the time constraint, I am not covering, not moving to each and every website. E-Kalpa. This project on creating digital learning environment for design, also called E-Kalpa, is sponsored by the Ministry of Human Resources, Government of India, as part of the NEP ICT. Basically, with the in this particular portal, you will get all the courses related to the design. Number of design related courses in various domains are available in this particular portal. Suppose we move to this particular portal quickly. I think portal is not currently working. There is some connection error. Anyway, in this particular portal, you will get all the related courses related to the designing of the software, even designing of the leg bangles, designing of the musical instruments. All the courses related to the design are available on eKalpa portal. FOSSE, free and open source software in education. Free and open source software in education project promote the use of free open source tools to improve the quality of education in our country. The basic aim is to reduce dependency on proprietary software in educational institutes. This is the official website of this particular. If we move towards the website, just hope this will work. Yes. So this is the official portal of FOSSE. Here, lots of free open source software tools are available. Suppose we want to study R language. This is the detail of R language, the simple definition and what is the R language. With the help of this particular link download, we can download R language for Windows as well as for Ubuntu and for RS Studio also. So with the help of download button, we can download R language in our laptop or desktop. So this is the portal available for free and open source softwares. These are the all open source software available for students and teachers. Move towards the next. Vidwan. We all know about the Vidwan. Vidwan is the premier database of profile of scientific researchers and other faculty members working at leading academic institution and other R&D organization involved in teaching and research in India. So basic objective why we required database on Vidwan. The database would be instrumental in selection of panels of experts for various committees, task force established by the ministry, government, established for monitoring and evaluation purpose. So basic objective of Vidwan portal to select experts for various committee. This is the official portal of Vidwan. The objective is just see the database. For agriculture sciences, there are database of 8,505 teachers are available. The largest database is in the category of engineering and technology. 48,954 teachers database available on engineering and technology database. Suppose we want to search a particular, we can search particular person, their profile, detailed profile. So Vidwan portal is very good portal for the selection of faculty. Next is spoken tutorial. The spoken tutorial project is the initiative of the Talk to a Teacher activity of the National Mission on Education through ICT. Spoken tutorial is a self-paced multilingual courses ensure that anybody with a computer and a desire for learning can learn from any place at any time and in a language of their choice. The major advantage of this particular portal, a student or a faculty can learn in their own language. Just we see the portal. Just wait. So this is the official portal of spoken tutorial. Here all the courses are available and the different languages are available. Suppose we want to select advanced C courses and we want to learn this particular C in Hindi language. So advanced C related 3 courses are available in Hindi language. So a student can learn this particular 3 courses in Hindi language also. So there are a lot of courses are available and lot of languages are available, multiple languages are available. So a person can select a particular language and a course and learn. The next is Badal. Badal is a MHRD initiative developed as NEP ICT Cloud for academic purpose. It is hosted in NIC data center. As Badal is open source project, it helps institute to set up their private cloud. Basically, Badal is a cloud platform provided by Government of India to the various government institutions, universities, IIT and NIT. With the help of Badal portal, we can create our institute private cloud. Our student can develop different type of project and deploy on the Badal portal for testing purpose. So Badal platform is a cloud platform developed and operated and maintained by the Government of India. Global Initiative of Academic Network Gyan. Monica madam, we can take 15 to 20 minutes more now. There is okay. So Global Initiative of Academic Network Gyan. Government of India approved a NEP program titled Gyan in higher education aimed at tapping the talent pool of scientists and entrepreneurs internationally. Basically, Gyan is a system of guest lecture by internationally and nationally renowned speakers or experts. With the help of this portal, you can utilize the facility available for the guest lectures. In this portal, continuous expert from the national or international platforms deliver their lectures on different topics. So basically, Gyan is a system of guest lectures by internationally and nationally renowned experts. Before we explore this particular, this is the official portal of Gyan. Here you will get the different videos of different national or international experts. A calendar is also available here about the upcoming expert lectures. So this is the video lectures. Lot of video lectures are available of different experts from national and international platforms. So basically, this is the platform for expert lecture by national or international experts. We all know about National Institutional Ranking Framework, NIRF. This framework outlines a methodology to rank institutions across the country. The methodology drawn from the overall recommendation board understanding arrived by a core committee set up by the MHRD. The parameters broadly cover teaching, learning and resources, research and professional practices, graduation outcomes, outreach and inclusive, and perceptions. Imprint means impacting research, innovation and technology. Imprint is the first of its kind MHRD supported PAN, IIT and IISc joint initiative to address the major science and engineering challenges that India must address and champion to enable, empower and embolden the national for inclusive growth and self-reliance. So basically, it developing new engineering education policy and creating a roadmap to pursue engineering challenges. So with the help of Imprint, we can get major challenges, major engineering and science challenges of real world challenges of India and their solution. With the help of this portal, we can get challenges in science and engineering challenges and the solution provided by various institutions and government agencies. Sashakt. The pilot project Sashakt, a one-stop education portal launched on October 30, 2006 by His Excellency President of India to facilitate lifelong learning for a student, teacher and those in employment to pursue of knowledge free of cost to them. So Sashakt is a one-stop education platform to support students and teachers. Atal ranking of Institution on Innovation and Achievement, we call it ARIA, is an initiative of Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India, to systematically rank all major higher educational institutions and universities in India on educators related to innovation and entrepreneurship development among students and faculties. These are the some indicators for the consideration of Atal ranking and their marks. corresponding marks. Know your college. Know your college. The Ministry of Human Resource Development has launched a Know Your College KYC portal that promises to be one-stop shop for student and parent to know about various colleges in the country. Currently, this portal covers almost 10,500 colleges, which conduct about 14,000 programs in technical education and 35,000 colleges conducting at least 20,000 programs in non-technical education. Basically, Know Your College portal is a big portal where micro website of different colleges and universities are available. So a candidate want to seek admission in a particular program, so instead of going to the various website of various colleges, student can go to the Know Your College platform. Here he or she will find microsite of various institute and university. With the help of this microsite, he or she will explore the program offered by the particular institution or universities. OSAR, Open Source Courseware Animation Repository. Project OSAR, Open Source Courseware Animation Repository, provide a repository of web-based interactive animation and simulation that we refer to as learning objective. Basically, with the help of this portal OSAR, Open Source Courseware Animation Repository, a lot of simulation and animation tools, simulation and animation videos and softwares available to solve various problems related to the maths and science of school level as well as engineering problems. So here you will get animated solution of a particular problem related to the math or science or engineering problem. So a lot of animation tools, simulation tools and animation and simulation videos are available to solve different types of problems. Shodh Gangotri. Shodh Gangotri, research scholars, research supervisors in universities are requested to deposit electronic version of approved synopsis submitted by research scholars to the university for registering themselves for the PhD program. Basically, there are two concepts, Shodh Gangotri and Shodh Ganga. In Shodh Gangotri, all the research scholars or research supervisors are required to submit their synopsis. So Shodh Gangotri is a collection of PhD synopsis and Shodh Ganga is the collection of PhD thesis. So after awarding of the particular thesis, university are required to upload all the thesis on Shodh Ganga platform, and after completion of RPC or we call RDC, student or universities are required to upload their synopsis on Shodh Gangotri. Virtual Learning Environment, VLE. VLE, an online environment of e-resources, caters to several disciplines taught at undergraduate and postgraduate level. VLE contain multimedia repository in the form of audio, video, short film to expose students to new technology and pedagogy. Various audio, video and short films are available to expose students about the new technology, of new learning technology as well as teaching pedagogy. So this platform contains audio, video and short films to support students about the new technology and teaching pedagogy. Yes, text transcription of video content. This portal team are working with many professors to correct their lecture transcripts so that they can become both verbatim transcripts as well as readable text, help for those who have bandwidth limitation and cannot download for video courses. Basically, this particular portal contains transcript of various NPTEL videos. If website work, we will explore. So this is the portal of transcripts. Suppose we go to the NPTEL courses. Suppose we select a particular course of aerospace engineering. And view the course. So all the transcripts of this particular video are available here in both languages. If you want to change the, this is the only available in English language, but other video available in different languages also, English, Hindi and other. So the complete transcript of this particular video are available here. if we have the bandwidth limitations, we can refer transcript instead of the video. So all the transcript of all the videos are available on the NPTEL are available on this portal. That is the transcription of video content. SOS tool, software and simulation package are useful tool for the analysis of system and solving problem by the student of science, social science, engineering, management, and related discipline. So this particular portal contains software or simulation package tools to support engineering, management, and social sciences courses. EPG Pathshala. Again, EPG Pathshala is an initiative of the MHRD under ICT. The content and its quality being the key component of education system. Highly quality, curriculum-based, interactive e-content in 17 different subjects across all disciplines of social sciences, arts, fine arts, and humanities, natural and mathematical sciences, and languages are available on EPG Pathshala. Shodh Ganga, we already discussed about the Shodh Ganga. Samarth e-government suite is an automation engine designed for various higher education across India to help them migrate from paper, unreliable third-party ERP system to a system that is more secure, reliable, and scalable. But basically, Samarth is a government ERP system established in some of the government universities and government institutions. It is not open for the private institution and private universities. So this is the ERP system developed by Government of India and maintained by NEP and Ministry of Education to support automation of all the processes of a particular organization. So basically, Samarth e-government is a ERP system developed by Ministry of Government and maintained by Ministry of Education. IRNIS is a web-based research information management service developed by the Information and Library Network, InfilmNet. The IRNIS support to integrate the existing research management systems such as HR system, course management system, grant management system, open and commercial citation database, scholarly published, etc. So basically, this is a collection of research community basically this is a networking platform to network with a different community. So this is all about the technology initiatives of Ministry of Education, and these are the some platforms for online classes. Due to the time limit, we are not covering this in detail. Only these are the some platforms we can utilize for the conduction of online classes: Microsoft Teams, Google Classroom, Zoom, WebEx, Skype, Viper, Nearport, and ThinkLink. These are the some of the platforms we can utilize for the conduction of online classes or even on conduction of online meetings. These are the link available for the support and download this particular tool. I will share this my PPT so you can utilize the link. Now the summary at the end, we can prepare students for their lifelong learning, which require new approaches to education that incorporate technologies increasingly as a part of a student's everyday life. For today's student to become tomorrow's leader in science, technology, healthcare, the art, and other areas, they need to know how to use all the tools at their disposal. It is an exciting time to be teaching, and we must seize this moment to challenge ourselves, our students, our administrators, and policymakers throughout the country to help our teachers make the best use of this technology tools available to them. To summarize, enabling ICT in education and making use of technology in education create an easy to manage learning environment where the delivery of information is so much smoother and learning easier. When technology is used, the constructive approach is more likely to lead to successful outcomes. Furthermore, study shows that teachers with the most constructivist philosophies tend to use technology more often and in a more challenging way, both in their classroom and as users themselves. Thank you. Thank you to all.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, we have two questions in the chat box. Should I take these two questions?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, please.
One is, sir, how ICT can be used for interdisciplinary research?
Basically, ICT can be used for the interdisciplinary research we see that in today's environment, we said that all the things are digital. If we use a machinery related to the mechanical department, but the automation of that particular machinery related to the digital form, that is the software. If we see a machinery related to the textile department or textile machinery, the automation part of this particular machine is contained, again contain the software part. So software is involved in every discipline. So we can utilize information and communication technology in any discipline for the multidisciplinary research.
Sir, we have one more question is how ICT can be economically used for academic institutions?
ICT can be economically used if we automate. The major advantage of ICT is to automate all the processes. If we automate all the processes of an organization or a university, we can reduce time to respond to a particular user. We can reduce human resources. In this sense, we can economically provide the economical benefit to the university or institution.
So that's all, sir. We do not have any questions. Thank you very much, sir, for such an insightful session. And I hope we are going to use these platforms in our academic journey. Once again, thank you so much, sir, for sparing your valuable time for us. And with this, we finish this session, and we are having next session, how to write a research paper. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Good afternoon, sir. Sir, you need to unmute yourself, sir. So please unmute.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Now audible, sir. Good
Okay.
afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Thank you for joining, sir. I guess this is the last session of this FDP. I am so sorry. We are running short of time. So I welcome you on behalf of Sri Vaishnav Vidyapit Vishwavidyalaya, sir. And we are going to have a last topic, how to write a research paper. And the speaker for today's session is Dr. Yogesh Upadhyay, Professor, Jivaji University, Gwalior. I'll give you a brief introduction to the participants about Dr. Yogesh Upadhyay. He is the current head of SOS in Management and Dean of Management Faculty at Jivaji University, Gwalior. He is the founding Vice Chancellor of ITM University in Gwalior and ITM SLS Baroda University in Vadodara. He was also instrumental making operational a unique university dedicated exclusively to rural development, the Mahatma Gandhi Chitrakoot Gramoday University in Chitrakoot, Satna, founded by Bharat Ratna Nanaji Deshmukh. His work has been published among others in A-star, A category journal among others, such as the International Journal of Hospitality Management, the Journal of Vacation Marketing, the Journal of Consumer Behavior, the International Journal of Indian Culture and Business Management, the Journal of Human Values, the Journal of Advances in Management Research and Vision. Nationality, he has delivered his papers in IIM Ahmedabad, ISB Hyderabad and IIM Bangalore. Internationally, he has presented his work at Harvard and various other universities. His work have been recognized by prominent organizations like American Marketing Association and the Association of Consumer Behavior. He has guided more than 20 research scholars at doctoral level. He is the referee for a range of international journals. He has been honored multiple times as an outstanding teacher and researcher. He is also the 2007 recipient of prestigious Best Business Academic of the Year award from Osmania University. Dr. C. Rangarajan, former governor of the RBI and then chairman of the Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister, delivered the award. In 1992, he obtained a JRF in management. He has successfully completed FDP at IIM Ahmedabad. In 2020, He also completed the LEAP course of Indian government. He has done prestigious programs on IPR from WIPO Geneva and on corporate governance from the World of Bank. On behalf of Sri Vaishnav Vidyapit Vishwavidyalaya, sir, we welcome you, and now I invite sir for his deliberation. Sir, please.
Thank you, Dr. Monica. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Now audible, sir.
Okay, great. So, fine. So, whenever I'm not audible, so let me know, ma'am.
Sure, sure.
And I think participants will be very happy since it's the last session if I'm not audible.
No, sir. We want to listen to you. We are
Okay.
waiting for your lecture, sir.
So, between valedictory and this earlier session, I am the one who is coming in between. So, anyway, I'll try to
Sorry
brief up
to sorry to interrupt you. We can continue our session till 4:30, sir. No problem.
Okay, ma'am. So, thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to thank personally Professor Dutt for giving me this opportunity to be part of this FDP, and Sri Vaishnav School of Management and Sri Vaishnav Vidyapit Vishwavidyalaya, and to Monica ma'am as well, who has been diligently following me to deliver to be part of this FDP session.
Right.
Having said so, how to write a research paper, and 1 hour, precisely less than 1 hour, or say 1 hour 15 minutes are with me. So I think it's a very tough topic to deliver in 15 minutes, 1 hour 15 minutes, how to write a research paper. But anyway, it's all I call it. It's a Mintzberg wrote a very interesting book on management. He called management is neither a science, neither an art, nor an art. It is actually a craft. So writing a research paper, more or less, I believe it's a craft. It's experiential in nature. So craft, since management is also experiential in nature, similarly, writing a research paper is experiential in nature. I'll title it as a craft only. And let me share with you some of the slides which I have prepared for this FDP, and some interaction as well, if it is possible, with the participants, because I'd like to share with you snippets of one research paper so that we can understand the nitty-gritty of writing. And I have retitled also this particular session partially. So I'm sharing my screen, and I believe now it will be visible to you.
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Fine. So I have added a good research paper. So it is not how to write a research paper. It is how to write a good research paper. So I have tinkered with the title a bit. So writing a research paper, you see a lot of papers are written that way. So, and writing a paper is a style. It's based on style as well. Though some standardization has been done, but there are two components: writing a qualitative research paper or writing a quantitative research paper. Qualitative research paper are 100% arts. You read an interesting book by Shamachan Dubey on this Indian villages, or Promila Thapar on some part of Indian society only. They are all qualitative research. So it is 100% art. It is your perception, the way you see things. In case of quantitative, people have tried to standardize some component of quantitative, but people on qualitative side, they say even that part is qualitative. Whom you award 5 marks, what is strongly agree, what is strongly disagree. It is also all subjective. So nothing. It is not a perfect science. It is not a nuclear science. Like so, what you say in social science perspective, we are talking about. So it is not a perfect science. So there is a lot of hue and cry on that. And recently, when I was at IIM Ahmedabad, I interacted with professors. Professors also were there delivering few sessions on qualitative. So in due course, I'll discuss what we discussed and what was the outcome that way. So these are world famous paintings. One is by Leonardo da Vinci, another is by Pablo Picasso. So Picasso has his own style, realism, this and that, and Leonardo da Vinci has again a different style. And there is one more famous Indian painter whom book has been written, and a lot of his paintings I saw at the Vadodara Museum as well. So I believe research paper, you can see the signature of that person. If you go through the papers written by some good scholars in human resource or OB area, without reading the name also, I can tell you who is the author. In case of some prominent scholars. So it's a signature style. You can develop your own. So what I'm going to tell you today is not a standard mechanism of developing a research paper. I share my experience with what I am doing. Your style has to be unique, and it should be unique. So you, whatever fits in your style, you are free to take it. And what doesn't fit in your style, and you may be having different and better experiences and different perspective, you are most welcome to accommodate that as and where you feel so. So every year, these are the amount of articles which are published. So 2 million articles, interestingly. So the number is there, and people say that it is like paper mills, hash paper mills. You can pay, some money is there. I have taken this from a website. I have Twitter, and the amount is also there. You can become first author, second author, third author, fourth author, and the fee is there. So all kind of things are happening. So therefore I added that good one, good part. So this is paper mills. So these paper mills, this is the case of Poland. Similar thing also we can observe at other places also. So, and we have APIs for why to write a paper. There are a lot of reasons, and one interesting reason is API. So PhD, compulsion of PhD to get appointed, I feel UGC is removing it so that this kind of paper mills kind of paper do not get published. And thousands of people in academic publishing business, they have come up. It is employing around 1,10,000 people, revenue, mind-boggling revenue, and proportionately, the contribution of India is this, even lesser in science domain, more in social science domain. Publishers are in thousands and authors are in millions. So there we have to create a space. So in that whole thing, we how to create a space. And the growth rate, as per one of the STM, it's a popular website, I'll share it in some other slide, the web link also of that STM report. 4 and 5%, the growth rate is 4 and 5%. So 2 million, and then add those 4 or 5% growth rate every year. Science and humanities, the growth rate is relatively lesser. And see the proportion of books vis-a-vis journals. So that is the proportion of books vis-a-vis journals, the revenue which is coming from. So you can see the kind of impact and the position of journals. So if you see the contribution, the Indian business management and accounting, the contribution is more. And in rest of the cases, the contribution, social sciences, and if you go to arts and humanities, you don't at all find India there. And here also India, the contribution is minimal. So it's not there almost. Now the important part is we write paper, but who reads them? Who is reading those papers? This is an important question which is raked up again and again in various conferences, various discussion boards. Who reads this paper? So there was a very interesting paper which came out in 2007, the rise of citation analysis. And it suggests that, paper suggests that there are 50% of papers are never read by anyone other than the three: author, editor, and referee. These are the three entities who are only going to read the paper. Now that is a challenge. And it was time and again it has been challenged. Who is reading your paper? So the challenge is one of my students who bagged second prize at IIM Bangalore PhD presentation. The first prize was given to a lady who could connect her PhD work with a real life problem. If your work is real life problem, connected with the real life problem, it gets much more publicity and all. Therefore, more and more business publishing houses are encouraging authors themselves. Even the publishing houses, they are encouraging to float your papers on social media, in Twitter, Instagram, and many more handles, so that you can popularize your ideas, so that more people read your papers and your contribution. Otherwise, there are only 3 people who are reading those papers. It is editor, referee, and authors. And I wonder whether editor reads it fully. It only reads the introduction, or then it refers to some associate referees and all. Of the associate editors, and associate editors send it to referees, the way when I interacted with many of the editors. And 30 to 60% papers are rejected. They go through it and it doesn't concur with the mandate of that journal. And if it doesn't concur with the mandate of journal, and writing quality is poor, research gap is poor after reading the introduction itself, it is rejected, 30 to 60%. So how to overcome that 30 to 60%? 1997, it was all print. 2022, 99% journals are electronic. So that is these statistics. So anywhere, everywhere, people can download your articles, go through your articles, read them. So beware as well. There is a big beware. I'll let you know why I'm telling you beware. Because I have handled many inquiries also as a Vice Chancellor, as a Dean, as a member of Executive Committee, such kind of inquiry. So why publish? I think everyone knows I have given partial answer to you. Maybe for few, it's a passion. They want to pursue it. They want to discover something like E is equal to MC square, or something called Brownian motion. Albert Einstein, out of his PhD, wrote 4 papers in 1905, and 4 papers that just topsy-turned the whole world. 4 papers from his PhD research. One was on Brownian motion and all, then relativity and all. So there was a popular debate recently in the newspapers, why Southern movies are hit vis-a-vis Bollywood movies. So it's like people, why they are watching more. So this is the same question, why anybody would read, why your paper won't get this rejected. Many of the Bollywood movies are getting this rejected. Recently, Prithviraj Chauhan, it got this rejected. Similar things are happening in different verticals of life also. The message is loud and clear. Here people analyze that they have a story, they have a content. They followed the content with the action. And are we able to create the similar kind of interest? So first litmus test for any research paper is, do we have any interesting idea to offer? Do we have an interesting perspective? How to make it interesting? How to narrate that story? How to become a good storyteller? That is one of the most interesting idea. Otherwise, we are going to go Bollywood way, not Tollywood way, and other southern woods. There are around 3 to 4 woods there. So the USP and all. So a lot of things are discussed over there. At IIM, this is one. She is Devismita Chakravarti. She is a professor there. I believe she is right now assistant or associate, and she took a couple of many sessions there, and she has shared on her Twitter handle as well. Don't get dissuaded by rejections, and she actually shared the rejection history with all the participants there. And I don't have an account on Twitter, or I don't have an account on LinkedIn. I created especially an account to follow and download this part. And then I close that account as well, because I'm not able to handle social media section except for partially Facebook, which I attend in a month or 2 lately. So paper 1, this rejected, paper 1, again this rejected after March 6, April 9, it is again getting this rejected. On April 27, again a new journal where she submitted it, again got this rejected. Then the paper 1, finally she withdrew perhaps that paper. And then paper 2, and then paper 3, there is a rejection for paper 3 as well. So paper 2 again submitted, paper 2, then green light, saw green light on August 16, though it was submitted in another journal in March 18. 28. So don't get dissuaded. At our times when we did our PG and all 1988, then 1990, did my MPhil, nobody was able to narrate such kind of stories. Still, people are not able to say that how many rejections. So one of the very famous professor, he's a very reputed professor. We had an interaction. So he wrote on an email to my student, I was put on a CC, that be prepared for 27 rejections. Don't get dissuaded. 27 rejections. So maybe when one rejection is coming, it is letting you down for a while. But again, reboot yourself after some time. Locate another journal. Again, resubmit. So these are all part of these writing articles, and don't. And if there are some weaknesses in your paper, just accommodate the comments of the referees as well, not in the original shape. If you can upgrade the paper, again resubmit. So it's a match between a journal and your article. If it is sufficiently of an acceptable quality and you have a faith in your paper, it is believed that it is going to publish something. So next part of the lecture, I have two assumptions. Your data analytics is good, because when you write a good paper, the data analytics part, if it is a data paper, if it is not a qualitative paper, data analytics have to be above average. That is my summation. I conduct a lot of workshops. Initially, I conducted. Now I only deliver a couple of lectures. That's required by my friends. Otherwise, I am a little bit passive on this front right now. So I work on R, I work on Stata, I work on even Python, plus standard software. And I have in my lab all those softwares. Languages are free anyway, we know that. And English comprehensive skills. We cannot do good amount of good review of literature if our comprehensive skills are not above average. At least average we should have. I'll give you an example, solid evidence, an example for that. For example, one of my scholar came. I pointed out around 20-25 mistakes in one page. His English was not good. So he was quite confident, sir. And he said that he was trying to make a point. Sir, I have written it myself. I have not copied. Sir, I believe it because there are 25 mistakes. I believe it. English is not our first language. No, it is not a native language. So having so many issues with this communication, I don't consider it to be a very weak point and something which we should be ashamed of. But we should try to improve on, because we want our article to be published in English language, and there are not many softwares which nowadays help you in writing and rephrase your sentences. Microsoft Editor also helps in that. So now the first step of writing good paper is please identify your area. Please identify your field and don't just hop from one field to another. Don't do it. For example, I think I am taking all examples from HR and today. Some other day I'll take from marketing, because I write in marketing also. That is also because I work in service value chain. So I connect all the three, marketing with HR and with finance as well. So finance, I am not writing research papers, but I do something in my research paper regarding finance. And I take finance papers as well. So Shefali, I think in HR and OB, everybody knows that he has got more than 2 lakh citations. It's a world recognized most prominent professor who has job burnout. We talk of burnout, people will recognize it as Shefali, the major contributor. So in 2001, I am just giving you one example. In 2001, he is writing on job burnout. And 2022, still he is writing on burnout. In 2001, he is writing on job resource model, demand resource model. Here also in 2022, his major contribution is on job resource model and engagement, work engagement. Here also he is writing. Here also he is writing engagement. He is not hopping. He is not shifting from one domain to another domain. If we have not to do so, then we have to diligently select our field. Which field? And when I advise to my scholars, they come with this kind of questions, and which field should we ask? I always suggest the field where you lose the count of time. That is your field. You are passionate about it. Plus, additionally, you have to do some more digging also. Because at time we don't know that is it my passion. So first step is, and people what they do post of efforts. Post of efforts in identifying, nobody was there to tell us. But still there are a lot of workshops and all such kind of workshops actually. They are going to suggest that, okay, this is the way we should go ahead with. So second, the step one, look for ideas. If you want to be consistent, where to look at? There's a ABDC list we know, Australia Dean Business Council list. We can actually sort out all A-star journals. Last 2 years, what are the best articles written? What are the prominent articles which have attracted most citations? Let's create a list. Only pluck out 5 journals out of it. Thoroughly study them. Go through them. Then maybe you find your passion over there. But it's a time-taking job. That is strategy number 1. The strategy number 2, get driven by your passion. You are passionate about environment. You are passionate about social media. You are passionate about experiential marketing. Be into it. If you are driven by your passion, nothing best than that. You lose time that way, count of time, and n amount of time you can spend on. Since you are driven by your passion, so we can do some digging as well. And this is all bibliometry, one of the paper. I could have come out with another paper, but this paper I quickly found, so I referred to this paper. And bibliometric analysis, we can come to know, depending on the time scale which we are given, which are the most prominent idea which are being attended for last 5 years. And the connectivities between those ideas. This is about some trends and gap in global research of greenery system through a bibliometric analysis. Greenery system. And then we come to know about we can divide them into clusters and prominent authors into that. So some digging also will help us. Which should be our theme? So then only we'll be able to capture that good part of that article. So otherwise, people hopping is not. We can spend any amount of time in determining the field, but determination of the field is very important. And attend seminar conferences at good places. And I believe Professor Dhar is here with the Vaishnav Institute and this university. So teachers are blessed because he knows what is the latest, what is going in different fields. Right. So that is strategy number 4. Step 2 is start the review. So once you have identified those papers, those journals, this and that, then let's start the review. Identify the lead papers, the A step. Within that step, there is sub-step. Sub-step is identifying the lead papers in your area. So the starting point, everybody tells, you can have your own style. Don't go by my style. What I am doing, I am suggesting that. What I have heard and people have reciprocated that this is the right idea. And I have heard people, they have concurred with this path only. Maybe you have more unique, much better, or your own perspective. Review papers, pick up the review papers. And this is one 2017, this is one review paper which was written. Again, job demand resource model on which he is working since beginning. He started as an idea, then it became a model, then it became a theory. Now he's saying it's a theory. So again, the replication, again, if you replicate the same model again and again, it becomes a theory. So you read this paper, you get a lot of idea. For example, on social media marketing, again, there are good review papers which are available. Go through them, you get multiple of ideas from them. So that can be one repository. These are general papers, and people who are working in this field for last 20 years, definitely you will get some concrete idea about in which field I should work. And this is one. Second is about locate review papers. Now, systematic literature review. Now it has become a buzzword in research paper writing. So systematic, there is a methodology, how you access a database, filter those database based on certain criteria because you want to explore the relationship with some relationships which you are interested in. And then based on those relationships, you create your keywords, and based on those keywords, you filter those articles. And that's after filtering, few of the articles meet your eligibility criteria. And based on that, you write some SLR. So one of the interesting SLR, again, I'm taking from the same area. It is leadership and job demand resource theory, a systematic review. Now that theory, now they are linking with leadership. So the paper which have leadership and a theory, which the papers which have visited these two together, now a perspective on them is being developed based on what has been written till now. Filter will be created based on this relationship. And then they have created this filter and they have come out with that. So if you are interested, you can visit these SLR papers, systematic literature review. So they also give an interesting idea regarding which field, which area, which topic, research gap, many more things. So next one is meta-analysis. Now, this is again a buzzword where we take the significance values of all the earlier relationships and average them out. And then we found on an average, based on all the earlier work, what is the amount of relationship between all the variables which are being investigated. It is statistical. It's again independent area, a skill set to create a meta-analysis, to write meta-analysis paper. There are softwares available, like people can do it on Excel as well. So this is one paper which has come out in 2021 itself on work engagement, and Shefali is again one writer over there. So see, when he's not changing the domain, just see the contribution, 8 to 9 contribution every year of Shefali are coming. So fine. So meta-analysis will give you the way, what worked, what didn't work, what has shown connect till now, what has not shown connect till now. And you can use it to propose your next theory, your next proposition, your next hypothesis. You can come out with that. Because since they haven't worked, or you may even counter this meta-analysis, you can come, my domain is different, my sector is different, I'll again retest those relationships, you can that way as well. So that is strategy number 4 of identifying the lead paper. First was review paper. Second was systematic literature review paper. Third is meta-analysis paper. That is the third part. So this is the strategy number 3. Locate good review papers which have meta-analysis. And then you start your review. And once what source of the papers in that review part is, there are n number of sources. I have given some scopus. It's very costly. Our university didn't subscribe to that. We have to go to IIITN in order to, if you have to have, my scholars need scopus. Google Scholar, that is a boon for everyone. And there is one more, the web link, you all know. I won't narrate in my lecture. So, but there can be any, we have subscribed to Sage, we have subscribed to a lot of hospitality journalists elsewhere. So independent subscriptions also can do, but in management, we are spending around 40 to 50 lakhs in Jivaji University in order to subscribe those papers. So in Google, when we operate Google, we have a facility to create our own repository. We can subscribe to their some of the topics and they nowadays they are recommending even the article based on our interest. So articles of interest, then we can save in our repository for later read also. You can save them. That new functionality Google has recently added. So and then it is not just collecting the articles. Please store them properly so that you can retrieve them. So if you are not able to retrieve the article which you have collected, those articles will be like as if like the kind of the system, the classic case of Duryodhana. He was not able to recall what he learned when he needed that particular knowledge most. So we won't be able to recall. So we have to have, these are all software You can use any of them. They are all good. But for me, I use Zotero for many reasons. One is that it is open source. I'm able to customize the way I use it. And secondly, I have to pay minimal for that because I use lot of, I can show that actually, if I can share my this thing with you, that the Zotero thing. Fine, just controls, new share. This is my Zotero library. So you can have your own library. I think Zotero library, is it visible? Monica ma'am, is this visible, my Zotero library?
Yes, sir, it's visible, but fonts are very, very small.
Ah, fonts are small. Okay, so they will save me. So I don't know how to increase the font size. Maybe I have to do in some preferences and go, and then I have to do that, but it will take some time. So leave it. But I have a Zotero library. The most interesting part of Zotero library, you can tag your paper. For example, I have tagged my paper on, say, I have given some tag meta-analysis on trust. So technology acceptance. Are there any meta-analysis paper? I have tagged them as 1P. I have saved them. So there is one very interesting paper on meta-analysis, which is on technology acceptance, which connect trust and risk. So that way you can create your text, your tags, and immediately you can retrieve those articles. So it is not only important to collect those articles, retrieval. The way you store this article, it should make easy for us to retrieve those articles. And another functionality, yes, ma'am, please.
Sir, please explain this once again, sir.
Okay, creating tags for article. For example, this is one article on consumer ethnocentrism. So ethnocentrism article, I have tagged them as p-ethno. P-ethno, all the ethnocentric article, you can create your own tags.
Okay.
So once I have done those tags, I put it here and I just put in my search bar. Is there any p-ethno? Yes, there is a p-ethno. When I click here, so all the articles which I have tagged as p-ethno, they will come there. I immediately retrieve all the articles there. Not only there are, Zotero is a different session altogether actually. When you click those papers, now you are able to open those papers within that search bar, within the Zotero environment itself. So that is again a very interesting feature that Zotero is given. Not only that, what is more interesting in Zotero is, if you select this particular, this is evolving, let me say, I can annotate it. Once I annotate it, this part, if I annotate this part, these are, I have saved it here. So, and when I go to the main paper, actually what I can do is, I can retrieve all my annotation. Add note from my annotation. So this annotation has come inside of the paper. This whole highlighted part has come on this part of the Zotero software. Now, interestingly, when I have collected similar kind of 10 instances, for example, I have colored 20 parts of this paper. I want to see where is this part in the paper. I click on show on the page. And if I click, it will take me to that paper, specific part of the paper, which I highlighted. So there are many functionality of Zotero. So that I'll take some other time. But the important thing which I was telling to you, writing a good paper means you should have good arsenal of softwares also. And these are the arsenal of softwares which are available. You can use any. I don't recommend anyone. It is based on your carrying capacity. Budding researchers should use Mendeley. Zotero, they should come a little bit later. It is more easier. Here the learning curve is more steep in case of Zotero, so I won't recommend that way. And how do you record that? You read a paper, but how you again and again will read. If you are not putting in an Excel file or a Word file, I prefer Excel. and you can have so many titles. If you go on recording these papers in this way, it will help you in writing introduction, it will help you in writing discussion, it will help you in writing, analyzing your hypothesis. And the methodology part is very important. Which part of methodology? Because you have to, it can be a research gap. In one of the paper which I am writing with one of my scholar, I am telling that no research, experimental research has been done on service recovery till now. Therefore, we are doing an experimental research. So, though experimental researches, there are very less instances in the country, but I believe within 6 months, we'll come out with that article on service recovery. We are doing 2 or 3 experiments. Then analysis also, this can become a research gap. Every part of it can become a research gap. And these implications, and then I create one more column there that future research directions, that based on it also you can get some research gap and work on the research gaps later. So I'll share it with Monica, ma'am. You can go through all the slides and all. And you may be having, other scholars must have discussed this part. Many, in this case, might be a duplication as well. So forgive me for that duplication, because I don't know what has been covered. Anyway, then identification of research gap, that is one way. This is very interesting slide of Professor Vijay Sheri Chand from Ahmedabad, and I have taken this snippet from his slide actually. Therefore, I have accredited him for that. Actually, when we are writing any research, we are into 2 words and we try to relate it. Physical world means what is happening, any phenomena. Phenomena means what is happening. And then that phenomena can we help with the conceptual world. What is your conceptual understanding regarding? People are happy after consuming, for example, any product. When people become happy, can you offer a theory, a conceptual thing? So material thing, any physical thing, any real phenomena, can you connect with the conceptual understanding? This circular exercise is on and on and on. This is what, in simple terms, is research. We are trying to connect a conceptual world with the material. That is, in a nutshell, what research is all about. So, and more importantly, now these are big words. In very simple words, I'll try to explain. There are 2 approaches to see this world. One is qualitative, one is quantitative. And it is called subjectivist approach. None is bad. And another is called objectivist approach, or positivism. It is called positivism. And even post-positivism, there are some incremental changes which have been done. And subjective. So which way you want to approach your subject? You are looking into, for example, let me take employee satisfaction, customer satisfaction, brand loyalty, anything. You are looking for a subjectivist approach in that, or you are looking in an objectivist approach. So Maslow's hierarchy, need hierarchy, is a subjectivist approach. There was no data. Simply the hierarchy was there. But Herzberg's 2-factor theory, he did some solid objectivist. He collected data on that. So what is your epistemological stance? So can it be measured? Can it not be measured? This is one question you have to resolve. It is measurable, or it is based on your experience. People say about God, you can only experience. You cannot measure God Almighty. So there are 2 schools of thought. One may say it is experiential. There are many more like Rajneesh. No, it is positivist. You can get it through certain process. So then ontological question, even if it is there in front of you, brand loyalty, how you will recognize it is a brand loyalty? You will measure it. It will, if it happens again and again, or differently. It is based on some imagination. So these are some critical questions. I am not taking too much you into that, but please go through this paper.
Sir, you are not audible, sir.
Okay, just let me.
Now it's okay, sir. You are audible.
my internet connection is suggesting it is unstable a bit.
Now
So
it's
that may
okay,
be
sir.
reason.
Now
Okay.
it's audible, sir. Audible.
So when I am not audible, use subjectivist approach. Imaginarily, you fill up the gap. That is the beauty of subjectivist approach. In objectivism, you need to listen everything. So that is anyway. With that two interesting contrasts, the same topic has been visited from subjectivist approach and objectivist approach. And what is your way to approach that? You have to visit yourself. What is your take into that? This is my actually the way I see that the world. This is something is perceived. You perceive something in your environment, then that is perceived reality. You hypothesize out of it some reality. Okay, this is your hypothesized reality. X will affect Y, and then you conduct a research process. Then you infer a reality. Okay, after the research process, this is my reality, and based on it, after that inference, you come out with a new proposition. This is my proposed reality. And then again, it becomes this arrow has to go to hypothesized reality. I could not correct it. This proposed reality, the new reality which has come out of your research paper, will feed into your perceived reality and your hypothesized reality. Something different on a philosophical level I am talking. Anyway, the point is, this is post-positivist approach. You can endlessly discuss on that some other time. So, the step number 3, what is your thesis statement? That is the most important core question of writing a good research paper. In nutshell, can you tell us what you have found out, what you have done in this paper? One line. So one of the famous professor, my friend who now retired from JNU, and he was IAS also. He retired. He resigned from IAS, became a professor at that university. During that interview of IAS, he was asked, "Can you explain in one line what is the contribution of Mahatma Gandhi ji?" He said, "Yes. He made a mass movement into a mass movement. One simple elaboration, one liner. Can we do that? If we are not able to do that, that means we are not clear actually what we want to achieve. So this very important thing is, whenever I conduct a PhD viva, I usually ask that what is the so more or less it clears you all the contours of your research work. I give you one example of my research work. Does learning world orientation of employees improve their innovative work behavior? So that is my thesis statement. I want to go into deep and learn whether the learning oriented goal orientation, which was given by Eliot and many other, Dweck, many more, Nicholas and all, whether it affects your IWB, innovative work behavior of employees at the workplace. So this is my thesis statement of one of the paper or many research work which are undergoing. Because I have been an institutional builder. I have created an institution. I was not very seriously to research, though I was conducting my research data analytics workshop for long. Though not right now, I'm not conducting, only taking a couple of lectures at different central institutions. Then can we present a research idea in form of a model? Again, I have brought 2011 paper from Baker, Demio 3. So this is job demands of a job demand. So picture is worth 1,000 words. So can we create a picture? Can we present our research idea in form of a model? So that is the best way. We are able to show what connects, what negatively connects, what positively connects, what are the antecedents, what are the components, what are the consequences, everything can be presented. If we are able to do that, perhaps we are clear about what we wish to achieve. So again, what I do, I ask my research scholars to review their papers and to create a PowerPoint based on these models. Come out with 25 such kind of models, take from PDF file, paste it, put a reference there, and then we discuss, compare and contrast what has been done from last 10 years. Can we add some value to that? So that is how we move now. So next is step 5 is write. You have to write. Every day you have to develop a habit of writing. If you are writing, then only paper will become an outcome. So the first thing what I do, again, that is my way of doing it. I create a Google Doc and I ask my scholars to share that Google Doc. I create or they create, make me owner later, to write the whole outline of the paper in that Google Doc, and let that systematically start writing introduction. So there are 3, you can summarize, you can edit it, you can suggestive mode also Google. So I normally added that paper in suggestive mode. So first of all, I ask them to create an outline of the paper in Google Doc. On real-time basis, we are able to collaborate with them. Then introduction, this is very important. Most of this reduction happens because of introduction also. Attention, grab the attention of the reader, how you started. I'll explain that how in one of the very famous papers they have done that. Focus of the research. Why the subject is important. What is your focus? Why the subject is important? What is the current understanding about that domain, about GDR, job demand and resource model? What is the current understanding? Your thesis statement. Your introduction has to end with your thesis statement. Most important, how your work actually add value. How you add value, how your work add value. If you are not able to, you have to argue like a lawyer. The way lawyer writes a petition, you have to write your introduction. You have to convince that you have a right case to write this paper. You have to spend a disproportionate time on introduction. Otherwise, it is going to go on disrejection. Believe me. So that is the part of introduction. Articulation, the way topics are articulated. This is one movie idea, novel idea. This one movie, you may have a different movie in your mind, considering a novel, what can be the novel. So then clear, useful and exciting message. Is it so? Your movie is going to be a hit. I used to work in theaters also, so I take a lot of examples from cricket, from theaters, because I'm a leg spinner. I used to be a leg spinner in my cricket team. And presented and constructed logically. So is it useful? Is it exciting? Is it clear? Is it novel? Novel is very important. That post hoc thing won't work. Later on, you go on defending that it is novel, this and that. It doesn't work. So presented and constructed logically. Logic means that the way petition is getting drafted. So draft a petition, argue, add as much as argument as possible. So it is also a construction of paragraph. How you construct a paragraph. You actually initially discuss a phenomena, what is happening. Then your claim, what ought to be. Then support it. That there are 3 parts of a para when you write. Then supporting data. That is how you go about writing a para in your research paper. So this is again that introduction part. Let's see the introduction of one of the paper by Baker again, 2008. Now, from the first line itself, he is suggesting that there is a research gap. From the first line itself. I hope it is visible, Dr. Monica.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. Positive states are not possible for popular in psychology. Now, the first opening sentence is creating a raising of red flag. And based on it is creating a case for what they are going to come with. And based on electronic search and such. Now the same is true for the particular area in which they are proposing in general, and the area of health psychology also, occupational health psychology, the case is so. So positive states, I think positive psychology was a movement in 1990s. It took up because courtesy to Csikszentmihalyi and many more authors. Seligman, Martin Seligman, So they are suggesting that it is not happening in this particular area. And they have given a ratio of 1:15. From the point one, they have referred to Seligman and Cheek Send Me High, because Cheek Send Me High is very popular for his right on flow, his work on flow. And Seligman for the Parma model. So we might be knowing that. So the point is like that, how the case is being created from the word go. Can we do that? How to articulate from the word go. That is the most important part. So from the first line, when the editor comes to know, it becomes very interesting. Okay, it is not being done. It has not been attended. Now you are the one to do it. It creates a case for you. And forget about Dick's rejection. It makes a very interesting case for publication of your paper that way. So this is all about introduction. I took one example. I could have taken several examples from different papers, but only the people who I feel like they have made their cases properly in their papers. Then review of literature. So how literature, your understanding, it has that review, what you know about that topic. It is actually more about your critical thinking skills. How you have thought about those connection between two variables which you have proposed. And what have been the gaps? What are the gaps there? What are the disparities, those connections? Any new gaps which you have find out? And can you again find out some interpretation, new interpretation of the earlier research? Can you come out with a holistically connect all the work together in a new manner? Can you offer a new perspective to view earlier research? That is, review of literature should feel like that you are giving them a new goggles to view the relationship which none has offered earlier. That goggle was non-existent earlier. That is skeptical for not existent earlier. This actually helps people understand that what is your depth of understanding of that particular subject. And it also creates a case for going after those relationships, your proposed relationship, which you have proposed there in the model, which you have proposed there. And in every relationship, you have to, if possible, you have to identify a gap based on one of the referee review which I received over that. Every hypothesis, you should defend it with a gap. I found it a little bit more demanding. Wherever I could do, I did it and it got published. Discussion, that is your viewpoint. Everything putting together. Your sketch of what you do. Your painting, Picasso's painting. Your Leonardo da Vinci's painting. Interpret and describe what you have done. Make the reader understand again that topic. Demonstrate how the learning evolved on that topic. Where we were, and by your contribution, how the learning is one up now. That has to be clear-cut demonstrated on the discussion side. And please connect it to the introduction, your thesis statement, the literature which you have reviewed. It should not stand in isolation. So it has to demonstrate your critical thinking. One very interesting and very important thing is transitioning sentences. One para should lead to the next, then next, then next. One sentence should lead to the next sentence. They should not be standalone sentences. So new understanding, new insight, what is the new which your paper has offered? We have to underline and we have to place it in the context. Contextually, what has been done earlier, what parallelly people have done, what earlier people have done, and where we stand. And this is how we add value. And somebody asked, and people discuss what is the role of the university. One of the important role of the university, like Vaishnav University, is knowledge addition. So it is addition of knowledge which is here. You have to go with that. You have to suggest that. So this is again the same paper I am bringing out. And these are all the variables which they have listed and putting the table so that we can make a sense when that we go through their discussion. What Baker and Shefali, how they have discussed this particular concept. So they actually job demand and resource model. There are something called job work overload is there. Resources are there. Support is there from the head of department. Support is there from the vice chancellor. Support is there from the office. Then we may burn out because of the extra demands which are put on the faculty during COVID. Maybe after COVID also, because in many institutions, many negative practices happen, which I didn't allow in my university to have. And then engagement. There are three things: vigor, dedication, and absorption. And I learned many things from that way. And then the outcomes are there. So these are the variables which they have in order to argue for a concept called work engagement. They try to explain the concept of work engagement through JDR. Though lately I was studying that now from work engagement we should move to XYZ. Many people have come to that, and this is their model. Final outcome, actually, job demands are affecting job burnout, job resources affecting job engagement, and both of them are affecting health problem, turnover intention, and health problem and turnover intention. They are interrelated. Engagement and burnout are also interrelated. This was the most significant finding of this paper. I'll tell you how. Otherwise, anyone could have left the paper in between, but these people didn't leave this paper in between. I'll tell you what was the challenge in front of them. Both burnout and engagement, they actually are correlating. There's a high correlation between the two. How is it possible? And they explained this thing in their discussion. I don't know what is the specialization of Dr. Monica, whether she is enjoying it or not. If it is OB or marketing or finance, I don't know, sorry. And for marketing, anyway. So it applies there also. You can connect with the marketing also. Marketing people are the people who are in utmost stress everywhere. So discussion now, see what how they start their argument. The aim of the current study was to test a research model that will specify possible predictors and consequences. So very clear, precise from the word start. Based on an energetically driven and motivation driven process respectively. Energy and motivation, both they have taken. Job demand and both, and currently known as positive psychology. Seligman and Csikszentmihalyi, they have written many common papers. They are known to be fathers of positive psychology. They have shown that this is the basis. We are taking their positive psychology argument into their health psychology domain. So that is the cross application. So that is in addition to a negative psychologically state like burnout, which is commonly researched in occupational health psychology. We also explored the role of its positive antipode, that is job engagement. We took them together, both of them. We are taking those earlier, it was burnout. They brought job engagement as well as burnout, both of them together in the same model. Now, most interestingly, why I told that assumption, we should be good in statistics. Why we call that? I'm telling you. Now, this sentence actually explains that. We won't be able to comprehend otherwise the next sentence. In order to reduce the risk of the change in capitalization, a multi-sample approach was used that include 4 samples consisting of employees from commercial organization. If we don't know invariance, measurement invariance, we won't be able to make sense of this particular sentence. This sentence argues that we are taking 4 samples. Why? We want to... is the disturbance from my side?
No, sir, not from your side.
Okay. Okay. So the most important thing, so it is about 4 samples. So 4 sample study, and he says that in this particular line, can you close the door? So in this line, the authors clearly mentions that we actually wanted to get rid of measurement invariance Therefore, we tested this model onto 4 samples. And they will come on this thing, they will again and again revisit this thing. So this is how we start our discussion, just clear where we were, where from we took, and then they situate that. And another para, one more para I have taken, not more than this para. Our results agree with cumulating evidence to the divergent role. Now, your results concur to other evidence or not. Whether they don't concur, you have to write that in your discussion section. Now, the most critical part, I don't know how many of you know structural equation modeling, and how many of you are good in structural equation modeling. This thing is never taught in the book, which this particular Shefali and Baker and other 2 authors are writing in the discussion section. Therefore, I tell that review of literature can only be done if we have above average. Now, please, I'm writing it. Listen carefully these 2 lines, and let's try to make a sense of it. In addition, the current study showed that the fit of the 2-factor model improves significantly when correlations are allowed between the error terms of VI, EX and DECY. Vigor and cynicism. Therefore, I showed that model to you earlier. So, cynicism is there, vigor is there, and next thing is DE. So, DE is dedication. So, 2 are positive and 2 are negative. Cynicism, dedication, exhaustion, and vigor. Their error terms are correlated in AMOS, and then they got a better fit. In AMOS, I don't know. If you are not getting, you haven't attended any AMOS session, leave it, forget about it. But if we are connecting the error terms, this is, I haven't read it in any marketing research or research methodology book. They are saying that actually burnout and engagement, let me make it simple. Burnout and engagement are not 2 independent factors. Burnout and engagement are actually 2 extremes of the same continuum. If you remember the Hertzberg research, he said that satisfaction and dissatisfaction, they are actually 2 different factors. Therefore, we call it 2-factor theory. Earlier, it was believed satisfaction and dissatisfaction lie on the same continuum. Here, they are saying that actually burnout and engagement are not 2 factors. They lie at a different poles, ends of the same continuum, based on the high correlation. So, if we are good, above average in statistics, then it helps in our review. We are able to do good discussion. Otherwise, simply having a good command on English, that it helps, but perhaps you won't be able to make scientific arguments. So it is all science. Research is a science up to an extent. So can we do that? So this all analysis, therefore I made those assumptions and shared that with you at that point of time. And then when you have written your paper, read it loud, read backwards, read from, I make 7 revisions in my paper, 7 revisions. There are 7 cycles of revisions in my paper. And at times I completely rewrite the whole paper. And in case of one of the scholars who has written recently a paper, published it got accepted. She said, sir, I am very happy my paper has got accepted. Your name is in it. I said, send me the paper. I rewrote the whole paper and gave back to her. Please send it to the editors. Again, it took 6 months to get it reviewed, but now it has given very good citations. The citations are improving day by day. So anything is publishing with your name, I think you should read it properly, because it is publish or perish. If you are not reading it, it will become publish and perish, because people are going to find. And then citation, I think I use Jotaro, You can also use Zotero in your Word file and to make Word documents and all. So usage of softwares you can do. And I can actually illustrate how to do that. I use many more softwares actually. I have a passion to learn more and more about different softwares. So fine, softwares help you, because I remember 15 years back, if you are moving one paper from X journal to Y journal, it used to take 4 days again to change the citation style, which nowadays is not happening. With just one click, you can change from APA to MLA like this. So given the time, and then the plagiarism check, again it's a 3-hour discussion on plagiarism check. How to contain the meanness. And in India, when English is a culprit, actually, less command on English is a culprit. So we found that why Baker has written a wonderful sentence, we can't paraphrase it. So why don't you take it from there? But softwares are like Turnitin and all, it won't let you do that. So that was from my part. I think given the time, I have tried to cover in summary what I had to discuss, and that was from my side. If there are any questions,
yes, sir.
Thank you everyone for giving me a patient listening. And in online environment, this is one good part.
Yes, sir.
I don't consider it good because offline I consider to be interaction is always good actually.
Correct. Very informative session, sir. And we have few questions. Jagjit Kaur is with us. Jagjit, you can ask your question. Jagjit, am I audible to you? Please ask your question.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I want to ask from sir that how am I audible, ma'am, now?
Yes, audible. Please go ahead.
Sir, please share it again that how can we create our library? I have just missed it. Please, if you can.
Okay, I'll do that quickly. Creating the library, actually, you just download
Mendeley. Sir, you are not audible, sir. Not audible, sir.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay. So creating library, you have Mendeley actually. There are a lot of videos are there. And using that Mendeley, they have got attachments with, you can attach it with the various browsers and you can download them. It's a standalone different session. I showed you my library, how to create it. I didn't show that actually. That's again a process of 1 to 1.5 hours, how to create. Only what I suggested was that we can create a library using online tools. That was my take on that. So any days with Monica ma'am permits me, I can share that as well.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, I can ask one more question?
Yes, please.
Sir, I want to know that as I have some paper published, but how to track the citations? Can you help me at that?
Google Scholar, create your profile in Google Scholar. Google Scholar will itself actually give you how many citations your paper has. So create a profile at Google Scholar. That's the best way.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Sir, we have Dr. Manish Joshi with us. He has one question. Sir, please go ahead. Sir? He has put one question over here. Do you strongly recommend only to work on your area of research, as you shared example that researcher was working on the topic since last 20 years?
Yes. How I have to say? Should I raise my hands? Should I stand up my chair? How should I say? The way you want me to express that, the message is loud and clear. That it has to be one field only. If you want to, you will become an expert in that field. Believe me. And you can actually select a keyword, for example, IWP. When I click that IWP, I believe that I am one of the top authors which is being cited on innovative work behavior. So that way you will become gradually an expert in that area.
Then we have one more question from Snehalata. Good afternoon, sir. It's very important topic and you are delivering very well, sir. But I have one question. Please discuss about the conceptual paper and what are the contents of writing a conceptual paper.
Leave it. Don't write a conceptual paper. Conceptual paper are very difficult to write. Actually, I will dissuade anyone to write conceptual paper at the beginning of the journey, because if we are blessed with we are on the boards of several companies, or we have done lot of experiments and all, then we can actually defend those kind of experiments. Coming out with a concept without having any experience backgrounds, so how will we be able to defend those concepts which we are proposing? We are not on the board of Colgate. We are not on the board of multinationals, any kind of multinationals. We have not done any experiments. We don't have a public policy exposure or other kind of exposure. From where the concepts are coming, if their concepts are coming simply by hallucinations, they may come from hallucinations, but nobody will be listening to you at this stage. Become an acclaimed researcher, then whenever you will write a conceptual paper, people will be listening to that. That is my suggestion.
Sir, my question is, whenever we are framing some title of a research paper, so what thing we should keep in mind while framing the title of our research paper?
Your thesis statement.
Sorry?
Your thesis statement. Your
Okay.
thesis statement, what you want to achieve. So that your title actually should reciprocate it.
Okay.
Should help at the first glimpse. People should be able to understand, okay, this is what you wanted to achieve in this paper.
That means some objective word, keyword should be there.
If the keywords are not there, people won't be able to find your paper on Google Scholar Scopus, and you will get less citations.
Correct, correct. So we have few rather not appreciation for you. Like, thank you very much, sir. It's a very valuable information. Thank you, sir, for the informative session. Great learning and informative session. Thank you, sir. Then very nice session. We are enjoying your session. Then excellent session.
There are lot many, ma'am. We can take a snapshot and keep it. It will help me. So actually, thank you very much. And I actually miss live interaction session on one-to-one. That would have cleared a lot of issues that way.
Correct, sir.
So thank you very much for giving me patient listening and for lot of appreciation, and look forward to meet you at Indore. I was for 6 years, I was an expert at the RDC committee of DAVV.
Okay.
And I regularly visit DAVV to conduct Wi-Fi and all.
Yes, sir.
So that was for my part. Thank you very much once again, Dr. Monika, and
No
Upendra Dhar sir as well.
Thank you so much for such an informative and thought-provoking session. On behalf of Sri Vaishnava Vidyapith Vishwavidyalaya, thank you so much, sir. And in future also, we will look forward to have a session in a physical mode, so that we should be able to learn more and more from you. Once again, thank you so much for sparing your valuable time for us, sir.
Last end note, learning is mutual, ma'am. I also learn from all the participants, from everyone, from all the teachers.
Agree.
Thank you everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Okay, take care.
Now, with this, we end up our 5-day faculty development program. Thank you all the participants for sparing your valuable time, and I hope you must have learned something. You all are requested to send the feedback on my email ID or in this chat box or on WhatsApp group, so that we should be able to know where we are missing and what you have learned. And in future also, if we are planning some FDPs, we will take care of all those things. Secondly, about your certificate, tomorrow you will be getting your certificate of participation in this FDP. And in case if you need, if you have any queries, you are all on WhatsApp group. You are having my email ID also. Most welcome to share your thoughts on any queries. I'm also sharing the link for all the sessions, and I'll also ask these resource person to share their PPTs if they want. Otherwise, you are having the recordings of all the sessions. And one more thing is, आपको session A, session 1, session 2 को remove करके अगर link पर click करेंगे, then you will be able to find out the recording. So just now I am sharing the recordings of today's session also. Once again, thank you so much. Please share your feedback on the WhatsApp group so that it can be shared with the convener as well as the vice chancellor, so that in future it is always the scope of improvement. So please share your feedback. Thank you so much.